My name is Paula and this is the Stitched by Mrs. D podcast, which is all about knitting and crochet. I feel a bit flustered. Johnny was supposed to be going out, but his friend missed his bus, so he's delayed and he's upstairs and he's going to be going soon. I feel all, I don't know, a bit flustered. The animals are all cold, so they're all wandering round. They don't know where to put themselves. Yes, Lillian is here. Ian is here. I've got Patsy and Lovely, the guinea pigs, here as well, because they're in. I might keep them in, actually, permanently. Doug's in there balancing on a radiator. He could go on a talent show. He's balancing that well. And Dennis is in there guarding. Oh, Ian, no. Oh, I thought I'd left the cage open, but I haven't. He can put his hand through the cage, but he can't get it to an angle to like get to them quickly or, you know, do anything bad. And it's funny because he just sort of goes like that. I'll bring him over because you won't have seen Ian for a little while, and he's got quite big. So if you don't know this, Ian is my kitten. I got him at the end of August. He was, I think, 8 or 9 weeks when I got him. And he's just down there licking his paw. And he is a highly trained cat. He rings a bell when he wants treats or a drop of milk in his saucer. And I've now got him because he started to go outside by himself, under supervision, I should point out. I know when he's out and how long he's been out for. And if he goes missing, not missing, but if I think, oh, where's he gone? I'll ring the bell and he'll come back in. So look, he's down here. I've got his bell here. It's a special cat bell. It's got little footprints on. Here he is. Hello, Ian. Right, he's that's it, good boy. As you can, I better give him a treat now. I bought his treats because I don't want him to lose the ability. I wonder if he'll ring it for you. I'll put my hands up here. He's doing it. Go on, Ian. What's this? That's it. What a clever boy he is. He's so good at it now. It took him less than a week to learn how to do that. You're so clever, aren't you? But I have to keep it in a cupboard now because he does take advantage of me because I love it. I think it's the best thing ever. He's so clever, aren't you? Shall we just let him do it once more? We'll see what happens. I will be talking about knitting in a minute. Oh, Lillian. Oh, he's nice, isn't he? Can you see how handsome he is? Him and Doug are a proper double act. They're always together and they come up. That's it, darling. They come up to see me in the morning together. First thing, I better lock this up now because he'll keep ringing it. Oh, I'll hide it. I'll hide it over here. I'll put that blanket over it so he doesn't know about it. Right, you can have one more treat. Yeah, they come up together to see me in the mornings and they just wander about all over the place together. So sweet. But Doug, he's on a heater through there at the minute. He's an old man, so he needs to keep warm in this weather. He's 13 now. Oh, right, so let me tell you. Today I'm going to be talking about blankets and just blankets because I've got a lot of them. I've finished some and I've started some new ones as well. And as I haven't been here for a little while, I've got quite a lot to show you. So I thought I'd show you the blankets today and then the other stuff that I've got hopefully next week because I'd quite like to get back into the habit of doing these a bit more regularly. You know what it's like though? It's like when you haven't spoken to a friend for a little while, you think it's going to be awkward. And it is a bit, but let's see. Right, Ian, I'm just trying, oh yeah, so I'll talk about blankets and I'll also talk about what I've been up to, and I'm going to tell you about the Wool retreat that I went on in the middle of November, which I loved, by the way, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. Ian is so funny. He I don't know, if you've watched my vlogs, you will have seen the amount of beds that are in our house for animals. And Lizzie bought a dog which breathes and its little back goes up and down like a fake dog. And this bed that came with it, which is the thinnest thing ever, this is his favourite thing in the world to sit in. And guess what his favourite toy is? I've just spotted it on the table. Oh, here she comes. I thought this would happen. I've actually got your bed here, Lillian, for you, so because she's cold. I'm just going to put her in it. Hang on. Do you want to say hello first? She is. Oh, Lily. She's just had some food, so her beard is a bit scruffy. Right, I'm going to put Lillian in her bed. Just a moment. She's in her bed. I've moved her in there because she was wanted to get back on my lap, and I've got too much stuff to show you. I can't remember. Oh yeah, I was going to show you Ian's favourite toy, wasn't I? A tampon. One fell out of the cupboard the other day when James was in the bathroom, and he's been walking around with it very proudly in his mouth. Here he comes, ever since. He thinks it's the best toy in the world, don't you? He's got it out of the packet now, but he's still, yeah, he's going to play with it now. There, I'll put it over there. So if ever you come round, you see one on the floor, it's Ian. Oh, Lillian's back. Anyway, I'm going to just get on with it. Right. Let me just think. I should probably tell you a bit more about myself. So, just in case you don't know me. I live in Norfolk with my husband, James, and our 3 children, twins who are 16 and one girl who's 12. I've got 3 cats, Ian, Pam and Doug. I've got 2 dogs, Dennis and Lillian. And I've got 2 guinea pigs called Patsy and Lovely, and they live here at the moment in this corner. I always say I'm a full-time maker, but that's ever so vague, isn't it? I've got a sewing business. I make bags, project bags, baskets, purses, all that sort of stuff for knitters and crocheters. And I also make teddy bears, which are ornamental for display only, not to be played with. And I have a teddy bear club as well, which I'm not going to talk about today. I'll talk about that next time. My teddy bear club. I've got a shop update coming this Wednesday evening, but I'll show you that at the end, just in case you're not bothered about that sort of stuff. I used to be a nurse. I'm not anymore. And then I worked in a local advertising company doing accounts for about 10 years as well. Well, I was the office manager, but I didn't take it, I was going to say I didn't take it very seriously, but no, I don't mean it like that. I was more like the office mother, and you know, I'd sort out the problems. Sometimes I couldn't sort them out, but most of the time I could. Anyway, right, let's talk about knitting and crochet. So to start with, I'm going to show you something new that I've started. I don't show you anything in any particular order either, it's just whatever order the pile is in. So if you've watched me before, you may remember that, it wasn't last Christmas, but the Christmas before, I and lots of other crocheters started the Yuletide, I believe that's what it's called, Yuletide Blanket by Lucy from Attic 24. Oh my goodness, I loved it. As soon as I saw the pack, I thought I've got to have that. So I ordered it, and oh, I was so enthusiastic. I loved it, and then this is as far as I got with it. Oh, it is nice, isn't it? Very nice indeed. Yeah, I never ever got any further, and I've realised that because I've tried to do this sort of blanket before, one that starts small and gradually gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and the rows get bigger. I know that is the point of a blanket, isn't it? That they start small and then they get bigger and bigger and bigger. But I don't really like it when the rows are getting bigger and bigger. It's my problem. I'm sure, I know that lots of people will have finished theirs and they'll be beautiful, and I'd be very jealous if I saw them, but no, I came to the end of the row with it. So this is now sort of an arm cover that I use on my chair. I used it this year at Christmas, and that is how it's going to stay. I don't think I'll finish it. I even tucked the ends down the side of the chair. So I quite a lot of the old wool pack left. So wool pack. Does anyone watch Emmerdale? Me and Lizzie do. Actually, I think we're a couple behind because Love Island started now, so that's sort of taken over the viewing. Takes up, it's a big commitment, something like Love Island, isn't it? Big Brother and that sort of thing. What else is a big commitment? Something that's on every night. Well, I can't think now. MasterChef is as well, isn't it? But that's just once a week. But that seems to go on forever. Just like this is. Anyway, so I had lots and lots of this lovely wool left. Let me show you. I just love this. Oh, isn't it beautiful? So I thought, well, I've got to use it for something. So I decided to turn it into a blanket, a crochet blanket, but making lots and lots of squares, and then I'm going to crochet them all together at the end. So I'm doing how many rounds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rounds per square. They've always got to contain this shade of red here, which is this one here, and that is called lipstick. Cool, that looks pink in the screen. It's nowhere near, it actually looks more orangey pink. It's not like that at all. This is a bluey red rather than that colour that you're looking at there. So yeah, every square must contain that colour red somewhere in it. It doesn't matter where, but not on the outside. And every square is going to be edged with this colour here, which is stone. Now this is all Stylecraft Special DK. Oh, I've used this for all sorts of stuff over the years. It washes, it dries, it goes in the tumble dryer. Lovely. Perfect for a house full of pluckers like I've got in my house. So yeah, they've all got to have that in them. So I've done quite a few. Do you really want me to show you more? I might as well. Oh, I should say I had several balls of this sent to me by a kind viewer when I was talking about turning my leftovers into a blanket like this. So I've got quite a lot of that. So I'll be able to finish it. So that's what I've done so far. Oh, Ian's in his little bed. Oh, he looks so cute. And I'm very, very, very much enjoying it. Looking at these, isn't it funny that when you look at stuff, you can sort of be taken back to what you're watching at the time. And this makes me think, have any of you watched that thing on Netflix called Kaleidoscope? It's like a heist program, and you can watch it in any order at all. And we thought that can't work, but it does. We watched what is probably the main episode of the whole thing last, and I don't know whether Netflix serves it up to you in different orders each time. I might log in later and see whether it shows it to me in a different order this time. Ooh, I haven't got the time to be doing experiments like that. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to do that. Well, I might do. I might get someone else to do it. I might get one of the children to do it, but they'll probably say they're too busy. Oh, so this is lovely, isn't it? I can just imagine what it's going to be like when it's done, can you? All these lovely little bits of... I don't know how big I want it to be. I quite often... Oh, that's Doug. Don't worry, Ian, it's just Doug. I quite often look at the rugs in my house and I think, right, do I want it to be that big? Which is what I've done with my blanket I'm going to show you in a minute. And I think, is that a good size? And then what I tend to do when I'm making squares or just making something up as I go along, I think, right, if I lay it out on there, that is the size I want it to be. So I'll just lay the squares out, and then when it's right, I'll sew them all together. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So that's lovely. And it's my, oh, I don't know what I'm going to call it. It's just my Christmas blanket. I've got my winter mugs out, everybody. These came out on January the 1st. I've made quite a controversial decision regarding the mug circulation this year. Normally I will have winter from January to February, and then I'll go into spring in March, April and May. Oh, hang on, here comes Johnny, so I'm just going to pause. He's gone. As I was saying, I usually have spring from March, April, May, and then I have royal from June, July and August. But this year we've got a king's coronation, so I'm going to go straight from winter to royal this year, and then I'm going to have the spring and summery ones, which I've got, like, they could be used in spring or summer. I'm going to have those out for June, July and August. Right, he's going to meet his friend. He's got a job in a local cafe, and he got his first big pay packet at the end of December. Oh, I felt so pleased for him, because he does work hard, because his job is he's like the kitchen porter, and he does all the washing up and all the stuff like that. And then of course he's doing a catering course as well. He works hard doing that as well, because he works in the restaurant, so he does work very hard. So he was so pleased when he got his money, and he upgraded his Xbox and bought a pair of trainers. Right, Lily, what should we show next? Shall we show something that's finished? Right, so, oh, my jelly roll blanket is finished. Now, I test knit this blanket. This isn't my test knit version. I've got that one here with me. 4K from the Bakery Bears. And, yeah, this was my test knit version. All in lovely sock wool. And, oh, I did enjoy it. And then I thought, oh, I'm going to have to make a DK version. So I did. I went on Wool Warehouse, and I had a look at the yarn packs again from Attic 24, and I picked the one for the Hydrangea Blanket. I'm trying to remember, I'm sure I remember someone plucking this recently. Anyway, so I bought that, and I started it, oh, ages ago. It wasn't last year, it was the year before. And I've picked it up and put it down, picked it up and put it down. And then over Christmas, or the end of, after Christmas, you know, over Christmas, I always think, oh, I'm going to have loads of time. But I didn't in the build up to Christmas. But then after, I did have a bit of time. So I just went bananas about blankets. So I thought, right. So I finished it. Oh, it's lovely. Now, I had it in my head that I wanted to make it there. I knew someone had plucked it. Over there, Ian. I got it in my head that I wanted it to be 14 rows across. But as I was knitting on this and I had it on my lap, I realised that 10 is perfect. It's just enough space for me to cover my lap and also tuck in for insulation all around. Anything more I think would have been a bit too big. So yeah, this is lovely. It's all knit a strip at a time, so you don't have loads and loads of needles, loads of stitches on the needle at once. It's not heavy to like manage. It's just a few stitches and it's lovely, and you feel like you're getting somewhere. I think that's my problem with the rows getting bigger and bigger, like on that crochet blanket I showed you before. And I just love making these blankets, and I'm going to make another one. Hello, Lillian. Oh, come on then. I'll have to accommodate Lillian now, because she likes to be with me when she's, well, all the time really. That's it. We've got plenty of room, haven't we, hey? I do want to know where I'm going to put this hot water bottle though. Got to dye my hair. I'm going out on Saturday. It's James's birthday. We're going out on the lash. Oh, I hope that's not anything rude that I don't know about. I don't think it is. I say it in front of my dad, so I don't say anything rude in front of my dad. Yeah, so it is the Hydrangea pack from Attic 24. It's lovely and long. Now, I did change something. As you can see here, the original blanket has an I-cord border, but I didn't fancy doing it, so I did a crochet border, just a run-of-the-mill, good old, what do we call this, scalloped border, which I very much enjoyed doing, and I decided to pick out, you know, that colour there, and I think that's called raspberry. But oh, I love it so much, and Lillian will be able to cuddle up under it tonight, because she sits by my side all night, don't you? She sits this side and I say, come on, come on, and she'll get next to me and we will share a hot water bottle and a blanket together. So Lillian, we're going to have, I've plucked it now. Oh, I've finally been able to cut my nails. This one could have done with going a bit shorter though. The problem I have is I've been doing my teddy bear club, and when you've got nails and you're doing stuff with tiny things, like turning tiny legs out and tiny arms, you get used to handling it in a certain way, and you get used to having your nails to help you do stuff. So if you cut your nails in the middle, well, this is just me, if I cut my nails in the middle of doing a job like that, I feel like it just doesn't feel right, and it really slows me down. So I've finished doing my teddy bear club now. They're there, over there. They're going off to the post office tomorrow morning, apart from the international ones, but I'll talk about that later. We've got more Royal Mail problems, everybody, but it can't be helped. So I have to keep my nails when I'm doing stuff like that, because otherwise, I don't know, it just feels wrong. And I've just plucked my because this one could have done with going a bit shorter than that, really. Oh, Lillian, never mind. So this one is all finished now, and I'm definitely going to make another one. I don't know whether I'll make a double knit one again, or whether I'll make another one of those 4-ply ones, but this one is a beauty. It's so big and lovely, and I'm really pleased with it. I really like this pattern. I'd say it's just right for me. I've made like these mitered square blankets in the past, but I'll tell you what puts me off. When you pick up certain stitches, I just don't like it. Some of them are picked up nicely, aren't they? But others, it doesn't feel very nice. But this, you don't get that. So that's why I like this. And it's all done, and it's lovely. And me and Lillian are going to snuggle under it tonight together, aren't we? Because that's what we like to do. Oh. Hey? Ooh, she's just had her dinner, hasn't she? That wasn't the nicest kiss I've ever had, Lillian. It weren't the worst either. Right. Oh, isn't it lovely? Let me fold it up for you so you can have a look. Yep, so I'm going to do another one of these at some point. So now I've got 2 jelly roll blankets. Oh, aren't they lovely? Should we go for the thumbnail? Never works for me. I take a picture. I don't think YouTube has ever provided me with a good thumbnail. If you can hear weird noises, Dennis snoring. I'll tell you what, it's a good job I've only got this stuff today because I've still got quite a bit to show you. Right, another finished thing. My lovely watermelon blanket, but it's not a watermelon blanket because someone, when I was doing Vlogmas, said, oh, I like your Christmas blanket, so I think it could pass as Christmas as well. Now, this is made from Stylecraft Naturals bamboo and cotton, and it is the nicest feeling stuff. I don't know if I dare say ever, but it's one of the nicest feeling things I've felt. It's very nice. So I selected, I think, 9 colours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 colours, and I've managed to use all of them up, apart from an incy wincy tiny bit of each of them. And that is why I haven't put a border on this one, and I'm not bothered about it at all. I didn't want to buy another ball of anything to do the border and then be left with some, so I didn't. I've just left it borderless. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? That would make nice wallpaper for a phone background, wouldn't it? Maybe I should take a picture of that. Oh, that's made my eyes go funny. I hope it didn't make your eyes go funny. I'm sorry if it did. Now, I made this with the Attic 24 Granny Stripe pattern. It's very nice, isn't it? Which is a free pattern. And this is a beautiful big blanket as well. But I'm going to sit with it going that way down my legs because it's got more. Yeah, so that is going to be like the top and the bottom. Who is this? Oh, I hope they're not coming around here, Lillian. We're not expecting it. Oh no, that's all right. He was just letting another car pass. Yes, this is going to be the top or the bottom. So the stripes are going to go down when it is being used on my lap. I don't know how many I like chain to start it off, but it's so lovely, isn't it? I'm really pleased with it. I was doing this on the train on the way to the Woolay retreat that I went on, and then I was doing it at the retreat, and I think in the pub as well. Yeah, I had to stop in the pub because I was putting too many trebles in the old gaps. Oh, a lovely drink, Lillian. It's a special favourite. So that is finished as well. I can't really tell you a lot more about this. It's just a bog standard crochet blanket made from really nice cotton and bamboo. Stylecraft Naturals, Lillian. I'd quite like to make another one of these as well, and I've been looking at all the colours, but I'm going to have to go down to my local wool shop because they've got it in stock there, and have a look and see what the actual colours look like in person, because you can't always tell, can you? When I'm buying like wool for something like this online, I'll take screenshots of all the colours that I'm thinking about and then put it in one of those apps, that, you know, those layout apps, and look at them all, see how they all look together. But it's very lovely, isn't it? Meg has been itching to use this, so she'll be able to use it tonight. Smells my living room. It's not a bad smell, don't worry. Right, what else we got? Can't believe I finished 2 big blankets. That's made me I don't know, feel like I've achieved quite a lot. Oh, I did like doing those. Right, so let's have a look at this one. You might remember I started this as well. This is a little blanket that I've decided it's going to be a little blanket. I'm doing it in all pinks and reds, and this is 1 square from the Nature's Walk blanket, which is a pattern by Sandra from the Cherry Heart podcast. I think it's a free pattern as well. So this is actually the test square for the blanket, and I've decided to use that for all of the squares because I do like hearts. So what I'm going to do is use these squares here, and then I've got these. Ooh, I've got a McDonald's thing here. What's this? Leicester Square. Oh, I can get rid of that. Expires 15th of the 11th, 22. What is this? Apple pie or fruit bag. Expires 15th of the 11th, 22. Oh, that's a waste, isn't it? I would have liked that. So I've got this little dish, and then I'm going to use up these. What is that in the bottom there? That's a little stitch marker. I'm going to use up these, turn these into squares, lay them out on the floor, and then I'm going to make white squares. Well, this colour squares. Sorry to disturb you, Ian, with the knitting needles. This is Cascade Heritage in Snow, and I've got a couple of these because I went through a stage of dyeing this with food colouring, but I can't be doing with it anymore. I weren't bad at it, but it's not my thing. So I've got, and I love Cascade Heritage, so I just bought loads of this and used it as my base to dye on, but I haven't done that in years and I'm not going to do it again. So I'm going to do more of these in this colour and then like arrange them, and then that is going to be just a little tiny cover again to either go on one of my armchairs in there, in my living room in there, or like on the arm of the sofa, and that's what that's going to be. But of course, if I decide I want it bigger, once I've done all these, I can make it bigger, can't I? I can do whatever I want. That's the good thing, isn't it, about knitting? You can do whatever you want. Well, this is crochet, obviously. Oh, Lillian. Yeah. How many of these have I done so far, Lillian? Come on. Are you tired? Why don't you go and get in your bed if you're tired? 1. Oh, she's laying on the table. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is boring. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thrilling. I've done 10. Oh, how boring, Ian. I bet people have tuned out, haven't they? Put Neighbours. Oh no, can't put Neighbours on. It's not on anymore. Although it might be coming back apparently, but I haven't heard a lot more about that. This is bad. Well, it's not bad, but I used to love Neighbours, but do you know what? I don't really miss it. So that's going to be done at some point, but I'm not in the mood for that at the minute. So this is the last thing I'm going to show you in terms of blankets. Oh, this is something new I've started, and I only started this, I think, it might have been Monday last week, so about a week, I think. I've started writing a diary. It's not a good diary, it's a very, very basic, got up, walked Lizzie to school. It's not like my thoughts and feelings. I sit in bed and write it every night. James says, I hope you're not moaning about me in that diary, but it's not that sort of thing. It's not like the ones I used to write when I was in my early 20s and my late teens. It's not like that at all. It's very boring, but I just think I would like to look at it one day, because I love looking at my diary that I wrote when I was 8, and that doesn't go into any great details, but it's just things like, well, that was pretty boring actually, but I don't know, I like looking at it all the same. Has this moved? I've got an orchid up there. My friend's daughter bought it for me, and I'm trying to look after it, and I'm doing all right so far. I've never had an orchid before. I've always admired them, but I've never had one. I usually get them for my nan for Christmas, and she's so good at looking after them. Like, you'll go round, they'll have like 100 different heads on them, and they seem to last for a long time as well. Anyway, so I was going through all my stuff the other day, and I just well, actually, I was finishing a pair of socks for James, and I thought, oh, I've got a lot of like little bits of his sock wool left, a lot of it, and it's not really the sort of thing that I'm going to be able to use in anything else. So I thought, oh, and he'd read an article somewhere about how good wool is, so I thought, well, I'm going to turn it into a blanket for him, the whole lot. So that's what I've started to do. Every single pair of socks that I've ever made him is going to go in this blanket. So this is the pair that I just finished. Can you see that at the bottom there? That was from one of those crazy Zower ball things that my friend Michelle sent to me. I finished the socks and I thought, well, I'm going to start a blanket, so that's what I did. And then you might recognise some of these. So then the red one there, can you see it with the brown? That was Croy socks. Is that the right word? Croy socks? And then that one was an opal that was sent to me by Lou, and I made him some socks quite recently. The brown one was a drops one. Hang on, I've got a clear, can you hear? I've got a had a frog in my throat. Yeah, the brown one's a drops one, and then the next one along, can you see it's got like blue and orange? That is a West Yorkshire Spinners, and you'll see those next time. That's in the pheasant colour. And then the next one along, which is quite a dark one, this is boring, that's a drops one. And then this one is an opal one, this one. And that was called Bus Window, and I remember those socks very clearly in my head. And then this top one that I've just started, that is, that was from Burrow and Saw, and this brings back memories, seeing this again, of going to Cambridge with my lovely work friends on the bus, because I was knitting these socks. No, I'm not on the bus, on the train. I was knitting these socks for James whilst I was on the train with them on Halloween, actually, 31st of October. Oh, I got drunk that day, it was brilliant. And I managed to pick up the heel flap. So I love it. And Lizzie looked at it last night. She said, I haven't been able to put it down since I started it. She said, oh, why are you making that? I said, why don't you like it? She went, well, it's fine. In other words, no, I don't like it. But James absolutely loves it. And I'll tell you what, he's quite strict about it. He keeps looking at it, and he said to me the other night, last night, he said, I hope you're not cheating. I will know if you put something in that that hasn't been used on me. And he keeps looking at it and saying, oh, that's nice, isn't it? That is nice. So I'm glad he likes it, and I'm glad he appreciates it. Yes, so he's keeping a very close eye on me just to make sure that all his stuff is going in, and it absolutely is. This morning, well, I'd already gone down to my wool supplies, like my old stuff, and I got these. You might remember some of these. That was some opal, and then these are all drops, and this is the is it King Cole? Funny Feet. Oh, I love knitting with that. So they'll all go in. And then this morning I thought, I'm going to go find some more. So I just I had the most big pile of ironing ever. So I thought, right, as a treat, I'm going to go down and have a look in that cupboard. So I found all these as well to put in it. I picked these all out. Oh, it was lovely going through all that stuff. But I'll tell you what, I've got so many of these, like, of my stuff that I would quite like, because I've never crocheted with thin wool like this before, and I'm really enjoying it. So maybe when I finish this one for James, well, I could always have one on the go for him, couldn't I? Because I'm always going to make him socks. I'll make one for myself. So I've got all these. You might recognise some of these. I don't know if this was before your time though, before I started coming to see you. If the table's shaking, Ian's just scratching his ears. I'm looking forward to putting this one in. This was a Zandra Rhodes one by West Yorkshire Spinners. You don't want to see them all. But this was the first pair of socks that I ever made for James. That's left over from it. And this is a crazy Zow. Now, is it, did I say Zauber ball? Or is it Zower ball? Or whatever it is. You know what I mean, don't you? That's left over from that. So that'll go in as well. But I've got plenty of supplies, haven't I? Oh, beautiful. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. And the funny thing is, these aren't really my sort of colours. But there's something about this that I like. I don't know if it's the... because I've seen how this has all been knit up. And it's so different now it's being crocheted into a blanket. And look what I like as well. Is both ends of the blanket look like they're completely different things. So look at that end. Yes. And then this end is a bit more crazy. Oh, but I do enjoy it. So that's it, I think, for old blankets. Oh, this is nice though. Now this again is the oh, look at this pile of blankets I've made down here, everybody. Oh, isn't it lovely? Maybe this should be the thumbnail. Let's put you on the top. No, it's never going to happen. Oh, maybe I'll take a picture of that in a minute. Oh yeah, this is the granny stripe pattern by Lucy from Attic 24, and I'm crocheting it with a 3.5mm hook. And I wasn't sure what size hook to use really, because I'm definitely not an expert crocheter, but I just thought I'd see how I get on, and it is working up lovely. I'd say that is just right. Ooh. So every time I make James a pair of socks from now on, the leftovers will go into a blanket, and then everything gets used up. And I don't like wait until I've started a new row. I join in the middle of the row. I'm not bothered about that sort of stuff. It's fine. That's what Lizzie said. It's fine. Right. Oh, isn't that nice, Lily? So next time I come and see you, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to try and make it next week, I'm going to talk to you about socks, oh Lily, jumpers, shawls and wrist warmers, I think. Is that all we've been doing? Oh no, I've got my big advent scarf as well. I've got to show you that. So that's why I can't do it all today, because I'm already up to 43 minutes. So I'm going to tell you about the retreat that I went on now. I'm just going to move my purchases up to the table. 43 minutes. Oh my goodness me. I bet you've all turned off. So, oh thank you. In the middle of November, now you know I'm not a traveller. I decided, no, I'd arranged it, I think in January, with my friend Gaynor from the Tales from Cuckoo Land. I don't know whether it's a podcast or vlogs, YouTube channel. We decided we were going to go to this retreat together. We'd never met before, but I'd say we do talk to each other most days. At least I'd say 5 out of 7. That's probably exaggerating. She's probably watching and think we don't talk to each other that much, but we do talk to each other quite a bit. Anyway, we decided we were going to go off together and share a room and go to the retreat. So I thought, lovely. And it was mid-November. You know I'm not a traveller. And the train was going to be get on, get off once, get back on another train, and then go to Notting. Was it not? No, not Nottingham. Where did I go? Birmingham New Street station. And then Gaynor was going to pick me up. And I thought, oh, that's easy. Oh, no, it wasn't. I think it was the day before there was some sort of incident. I believe that a lorry had driven into a bridge which had affected the train. So that meant that I then had to go to my station, get off at another, get on another train, get off at that station, get on a bus, to then get on another train, to then go to Birmingham New Street. Oh, my worst nightmare. Well, I know that there's worse, but you know I don't like travelling. So, oh God. So I did it. And then Gaynor met me. Cool, we found it hard to meet each other. Birmingham New Street station. Like I said to my friend Peter, who lives like just next door, I said to James about Birmingham New Street, and everybody who I said it to went, cool, yeah, good luck there. I thought, what was the matter with him? And then when I got there, it was like a shopping centre with exits all over the place. And I think that just as I went out of one exit, Gaynor was at another one. Oh, we kept, I don't know. But anyway, we found each other. She found me in the end. And we went to our lovely hotel. And I got there and I thought, I don't think I can enjoy it. I think I'm going to be dreading the journey back so much that I don't think I'm going to be able to enjoy it, because I was going back on a Sunday as well. But luckily, I can't believe this happened. There was a lady there who was driving back to a station close to my house, not close to my house, but close, like on my line. So all I had to do was get in her car, go to this train station, get on that train and go home. She gave me a lift home with another nice lady who I spoke to all the way there, because you know I'm not a traveller. I'm not good in cars either, but she kept me talking, and I do owe them a present and a thank you. And I haven't forgot about it, but I've just been so busy since the end. Well, I've just been busy, but I'm going to do that next week, because I've got a little bit of time. So I must get that sorted out. Anyway, so we had a lovely time. Also there was Claire from Bird Street Yarns and Bex from the Bex Creates podcast, and we got put in the same group as them, and another lovely lady who I'm knitting a pair of socks for, which I'll show you next time. I've done one and a bit. I haven't finished them yet. Yeah, we got put in a group, went off to dye, and I didn't know what colour I wanted to do mine. And then on the way there, I saw a lovely dandelion. And I thought, cool, the girls would like that. And then I thought, that's what colour I want to do. So I dyed this, because you all get to go and dye your own wool in whatever colour you want. So I've done this, and I've called it Guinea Pig Bouquet. It's a lovely colour, isn't it? I don't know what I'm going to make with it yet. I could make some socks, couldn't I? That's probably what I'll do. In fact, I know that's what I'm going to do. So we get that, and then you get lovely food, lovely meal out in a pub, and we had some lovely soup with some homemade scones or scones, whatever you say. I say scones. And then I think there was a quiche and apple pie. Oh, it was just lovely. We were just looked after. Kelly kept coming round. Do you want another coffee? Yes, I do. Do you want another coffee? Yeah. And then there was like chocolate all over the table. Oh, it was just lovely. I could have lived there. It had everything I wanted. Nice people, nice food, chocolate. Oh, and they'd set up the shop in the village hall. And it was in a village hall. They'd set up the shop, so everything about it was just wonderful. I loved it. I've got to go back another time. Miniature heroes on the table. Flapjacks with marzipan in. I forgot about that. Anyway, so also everybody who went on the retreat dyed their own mini, and then we all got a bunch of minis. One, sorry, I was admiring them. One from everybody who was there. Now, that's mine, isn't it? You see? And I know that that one's Gayla's. And I can't remember who else is every. I think that might be Beck's, that one. Can't remember. Oh, I can't remember who everybody else's was, but oh, they're lovely, aren't they? So these are good. Could I use them together to do something? I think I probably could, couldn't I? That would be nice. And I won that, and I can't remember how I won this, but this was one of the, I think it was a test skein. And I won that. Maybe I could do something with all those together. Yeah, that would be lovely. So the shop was set up. So I did a little bit of shopping whilst I was there. I did a little bit of pre-birthday shopping. I had in mind, right, I'm going to be getting some birthday money, aren't I? So I decided I'm sure I bought more than this. No, I didn't. I thought, right, I'm going to do a little bit of pre-birthday shopping. So this is what I bought. I bought this, which is a DK. I'm going to make some socks from this, or a hat. Isn't it lovely? And it's called Spiced Apple. Oh, it's just so lovely. Of course, we had it all there for the whole time. I kept looking at stuff and then thinking, oh, do I want that? Do I want that? But I was really drawn to this one. And I just love it. I might make a hat actually, because I've been wearing Lizzie's hat that I made for her a while ago. I'm looking because that's where I keep it. I might use that pattern to make a hat. And then I bought 3 of these because, oh, I was just so attracted to it. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But I started off by picking up one. And it's this one here. It's called Lazenby. And then I thought, well, I'll have 2 of them. Maybe I could make a nice big shawl. And then I thought, well, I can't leave one by itself. So I ended up buying 3. But it was birthday money. So I bought 3 of these, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Or maybe some sort of cardigan, which is mainly this colour, with a stripe of something else in it. Maybe like a little white stripe. I don't know. Oh, but I just love it. I was just attracted to it, and I kept looking at it and thinking, yeah, that is the one for me. So that's what I bought. Oh, but it was lovely. I had the best time. I never felt awkward. I just ate whatever I wanted, drank a little bit. I just had a nice time. Me and Gaynor, like, I just, we just got on really well. And it was weird that we'd never actually met before. And it was very nice. We had a nice time. And if you get the chance to go and do it, I don't know if Kelly's doing it this year. I haven't seen it advertised yet. Oh, I'm uncomfortable. You're not though, are you? You're in a lovely position. Yeah, if you ever get the chance to go and do it, I would recommend it if you can. Obviously, I had such a nice time. It was like my dream holiday. Ian's asleep, curled up. Oh, and his nose, I don't know if it's because it's white, but it just crinkles up and it looks so sweet. It's really cute. He's such a nice little cat. He just likes my company. That's one thing that I really miss about Kim. Like whenever I was, oh no, never mind. Right, hang on. Right, pulled myself together. Oh, I am silly. I don't know, when someone's gone, it hits you, doesn't it, sometimes? Right, I've got a shop update on Wednesday. the 25th of January at 6 p.m. and it's a British summertime, Greenwich Mean Time, GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. Oh dear. I've hardly been on Instagram. I've not felt like being on any kind of social media at all. I don't know. So I haven't been on it very much at all, so I've been really slow. And I even turned off my notifications because, I don't know, it was making me, I don't know, sometimes you just got to stop, haven't you? And I did. So I turned off my notifications, but I'm going to start going back on there. I don't want people to think I'm rude, but I'm genuinely not looking at, I'm not looking at it at the minute, but I will when I've done this. I will go on there. So I want to post some pictures of these bags. You see, that's the problem, isn't it? When you've got business, you have to keep dipping into these things, because otherwise people can't know about stuff, can they, if you don't tell them? Anyway, this fabric is probably, apart from that Christmas fabric that I had last Christmas, this is probably my favourite fabric I've ever had. I think. I just love it. Lillian, I'm going to have to move you just for a moment, please. That's it. Let me come closer. Right, so let's show you. I'm going to have all different shapes and sizes of bags, and they're all one of a kind as usual. So this is the fabric this time. Oh, I just love it. It's, I think it's copies of like proper vintage fabric. Look at those lovely prints. So this is one of my extra large quilted bags. So there'll be a couple of those. I'm not going to show you everything. Oh, I just love this fabric. And then there'll be a few sock bags. I already put some sock bags in my shop, but I've made some more. So I've got quite a bit of this fabric. There will be some baskets as well, but they are in pieces in the kitchen. And then there'll be some of these ones. These are my large bags. And I'll put some lovely vintage buttons here. Although, can you definitely say things are vintage? I don't think you can you? Unless you see them in a picture from the olden days. But so we'll say some old buttons. It doesn't sound as good though, does it? Oh, look. Oh, I just love it. I'm not being a big head. I like the fabric. So some large ones, and then there'll be some medium ones as well. Oh, they're just nice, aren't they? Well, I like the fabric. I like the fabric. I don't want you to think I'm being a big head. This is another medium one. Although this one's a bit more small to medium. I've got to put the drawstrings in. Oh, it's my worst job. But yeah, these will be in my shop. Oh, I just love this fabric. Look at that. That could have been cut from a French curtain, couldn't it? From the... I don't know when it would have been. I'm not an expert on aging fabrics. Yeah, I just love it. What lovely fabric. It is, I think, my favourite fabric I've ever had. Because I do love that vintage look. Like, it's been through the wash a few too many times, been bleached by the sun, and not been washed properly. I love that style. Right, so that's that. So they'll be in my shop, and there will be baskets as well, like in this sort of patchworky style, but I just didn't have the time to stitch one up on time. Oh, I should have said goodbye to the people who didn't want to hear about it, but never mind. Teddy Bear Club. They're over there, and they go into the post office tomorrow morning when it opens, because my local post office doesn't actually open on a Monday. International Post. I've looked at it today because there's been a cyber incident, and it said that although they're starting it back up, they would encourage people not to take international post at the moment. So the British ones are all going to go English, British. The ones in this country are going to, in the UK, the UK ones are all going to go off tomorrow. And then all of the ones that are going to other countries, overseas, will be going whenever they can. So if you live overseas and you're interested in one of these bags, you can buy them, but I can't guarantee when I'm going to be able to post it to you, but it will of course be as soon as I can. And I'll look after it and keep it safe until I can send it, but I don't think it's going to be too long, because they said that they have opened it up now, so I don't think it's going to be too long. Who knows, by Wednesday it might have all been sorted out, but we'll see. My next teddy bear club, can you believe it's time for the spring lambs to come out again? Oh, I love the spring lambs. But I'm going to talk to you about that next time. It's just easier if I list them separately, I think. Yeah. So I'm going to come back next week. I'll come back next Monday afternoon and I'll talk to you about socks, shawls, jumpers, scarves, wrist warmers and spring lambs. Yeah. But if you're interested in any of these, they'll all be in my shop at 6 o'clock on Wednesday the 25th of January. 6 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. I've said it again! GMT. It doesn't matter, does it? I'm not an abbreviation kind of person anyway. Oh. And also, there will be other knitting as well, because my friend has expected a baby and I can't wait to make some stuff. So maybe there'll be some baby knitting as well. Anyway, oh, I've just realised I left you on a bit of a cliffhanger before over Vlogmas. I just got to the point where I thought I've got no more to give, so I stopped. And there wasn't anything, I don't know, I just stopped. Anyway, I was going to the Ely Antique Centre, wasn't I, the next day, because I do love Ely. And, oh, I was hoping that there was going to be a Father Christmas jug and also this picture that I'd seen in July when I'd gone with Lizzie. Neither thing was there. Very disappointing, and I've not been able to track down the exact picture that I saw that day. I've found other ones by that artist, but I haven't found that one, but I'm going to keep looking. I know what it's called. Right, so let me show you what I did buy that day. So I'd seen this before, but I'd forgot about it, and I was very glad that it was still there, and I'm going to put this in a frame. It's a cross stitch, and it says, "A friend in need is a friend indeed." So I'm going to iron that and put it in a frame and put it up on the wall. I love it. You probably can't see it very well. That will look nice in here. Oh yeah, I've taken the Christmas room down, and I've gone for all pink this time. They're fake. I bought those from not Wilco, TK Maxx. I've got a bunch in there as well. They're going to save me some money. I'm still going to put tulips and like daffodils in these little jugs here, but I do like flowers around the place. So this was the other thing I bought. Come on down. This is a new friend. I just couldn't resist her. I've called her Laura. She's very nice, isn't she? She's a lot taller than the other girls. Just like I used to be. I used to be the tallest girl, Laura. I used to have to stand right at the back for school photos. So she's new. Janet over here is very annoyed. Can you see her here in the turquoise cardigan? She wishes she was tall, but she's not. So she sat down so people can't see. So that's her. Stand up, Laura. And then I also bought this, which I couldn't resist, which you're going to think, well, that's stupid. I bought this plate I love Humpty Dumpty. I don't know what it is about him, but I think he's wonderful. Isn't he nice? And look at that beautiful face. Ooh. Yeah, so I bought that as well. So that's what I bought to compensate not being able to get the picture. Yeah, so sorry to leave you on a bit of a cliffhanger, but that's the update. Anyway, I'm going to go now, and well, I'm going to get on with making these baskets and put all this away, and I've got to watch this back. I don't think I think I'm just going to be able to upload this. I don't edit, and it's good because I don't. Or if I ever do have to, like, if I say anything really bad, not that I do very often, but if I ever have to cut it out, it's a pain. So it's good. I don't think I've said anything bad here, so I'm going to watch it back, and I think I'm just going to be able to upload this straight to YouTube. So I'm going to watch this back now whilst I stitch some baskets together. Right, lovely to see you all again. Hopefully, no, I will. I'll see you next Monday. Right, I'll see you soon, everybody. Thank you ever so much if you've got this far. See, it's a good job, isn't it? I didn't it's a good job I didn't bring the rest of the stuff, because this is already an hour. Yes. Right, I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Next week. Bye. And I'll put the link to my shop in the description box. Bye bye.